Good morning, welcome to eFitness. I am Amanda. This is going to be a 30-minute video or around that, nothing longer. And we're just going to go over some Pilates fundamentals and a couple of exercises which will be on the floor. So have your mat, water and your fab self, and we'll get started. Okay. And how are you this morning? So when we're ready, we shall begin. I'm just waiting for others to join. This is a live group, but also a recording, which gives you options to join live or to catch up when you can. Okay, let's get started. So let's take ourselves to the floor. So it's standing, and if you wish to get yourself onto the floor, 1 foot behind, take yourself down to the floor and sit in a little basket. Okay, if you can't get your legs in a basket, just sit where you are comfortable. So want to think about your breathing, alignment and centering before we do anything. So at the moment, I want you just to think about that alignment that we have in our body. So I am sitting quite curled over, and I want to rectify that. I want to be sitting nice and tall, shoulders back, and I want to think about this core engagement. So if you feel it easier to have your legs out, please do so, or you can have them in a basket. So we're going to come on, we're going to roll the shoulders back, and we're going to have this curl out the spine come and nice and strong. We want to think about pushing that pelvis slightly forward, but not where you're overextended, but you're having this slouch. You've got this nice, long, strong spine. You want to then add in your breath. So hands on ribs, inhaling and then exhaling. As your hands are on that bottom rib, you want to feel the ribs expand. In through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Feeling those fingers knit together, inhaling and exhaling. And then I want you to keep all the air out the lungs. The ribs are knitted together. And I want you to think about pulling that little zip up, and almost if you've got a wee zip on your jeans, just pulling that corset up nice and tight. And that is your alignment for today. Okay? I'm going to put on a little bit of music as well while we are doing some of our movements. So to get ourselves onto the floor, we're going to lie on our mat. We're going to use the back of the mat as your guide to be nice and long. So think about you're lying on the edge of the mat. I want your head down onto your bicep and legs out long. If you need to bring your legs slightly to the corner of the mat to hold your balance, that's absolutely fine. You're allowed this opposite hand here onto the mat. Now, we want to use this hip and glute, so the hips need to be stacked, and also we want to have this engagement. So the ribs should not be lying on the floor. So if we take our hand, extend over, can you feel the ribs lifting off the mat? So here now I can feel there's a disconnect between here and the mat, right? I've still got that core engagement, the bum's not sticking out and the ribs aren't flat, I'm not sinking into the mat. So hand overhead, feel the lift, here's your engagement, okay? Front hand, fingertips for balance, okay? And I just want you now to bend your knees and keep them stacked above one another. So knees now are coming in front, don't let the ribs fall down. Have that nice alignment, lift the hand back over, hold up here. Your hand is not in your head here, you're changing the spine alignment. So if you want to come up, you must come up to a high arrow. You must keep that spine aligned or to the floor. Here, can you feel the alignment coming out your neck? That is not correct. So down here, okay, to start, or that high elbow. Okay, lift up, feel that connection, make sure that core is stuck in. We're going to do a little leg series, we're going to do clams. Now you're not moving this leg back and forward and swinging. Keep the hips stacked, keep the ribs up. We're going to come up and then we're going to hold and then we're going to lift this bottom leg and we're going to do a high clam and then we're going to have a leg extension. Okay, lots of series and we're going to try and see if we can do reps. Okay, now this is not about as many we can do, this is about holding that position. You should be feeling the tension in the core, the ribs, the hips should be doing the movement, you should be feeling that glute. It's not about how wide, you will not get this a big wide movement, right? Range of motion will be small because it's here that's the driver in that hip area, right? Let's do it. So in position, find where you are you up here or are you lower down? Not this, okay? So hand overhead, lift up the ribs, okay? And then let's stack those knees and make sure that core is engaged. Inhaling, exhaling, switching on that powerhouse. You've got the little zip drawn up and then we're going to lift one leg. We're going to use the back, hands onto the hips or to the front to have that fingertip balance. Okay, just up and down, keeping everything connected. Don't lift the leg off, we're not doing that, and don't let you sink into the mat. Keep that ribs stacked, hips stacked. Ribs are not flaring out, feel where they are. Give me one more and we're going to hold at the top and just hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Where are those ribs? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift those legs up now. Lift this bottom leg up and then let's do a high clam. Keeping yourself really structured. The only thing is moving is this bottom area. Keep yourself stacked and tucked. One more and then hold at the top. Hold here, stretch that leg out and then up and down, small pulses, squeeze. Now I'm not going high, keeping the leg to hip height, pointing the toe away to the wall. Extend that leg long, push it down, extension. Small pulses up and down and then hold here. We're going to bring the toe forward. We're not swinging, small control, and then sweeping the leg back. Just taking it to that hip line. Don't go all the way back. Use the glutes, toe pointing forward, heel sweeping back. This other leg is still high. Don't let the ribs flare. Watch the back. Well done. 2 more. Squeeze and control. 1 more and recover. Oof. That small movement should really be kicking in. You should be feeling it on the lower leg and the upper, all round the glutes, okay? Let's lean on our tummies, let roll over, and let's just take a minute here. Palms are facing down, toes are flat, head onto the mat, so forehead. So now we're going to work on the posterior chain and this lower back. So the lumbar spine is where we're going to take this movement. Now this is a very small movement and it's beginner, okay? Lots of people use a lot of extension on the front rather than using the correct muscles, okay? So bring your hands in front of your forehead and make a little diamond. Place your forehead in the diamond and just relax here. Elbows are out, shoulders are backing down, okay? Now I want you now to think about that pelvic engagement. So wiggle yourself between that small pelvic tilt forward and back and find that middle ground and switch on your core. Underneath now you should feel that you've got a little ice cube and it's just melting underneath your belly button, but you're not squashing it, okay? So we're not fully resting on the mat, right? You've got that core engagement. Everything is locked in. Lower back is protected, okay? I want you to think about lifting just one leg. We're not lifting it high. You're lifting it to push it down, to touch that wall. Now we're not going to touch the wall, but I want you to imagine you are. So it's a small lift with the leg, one leg only, and then drop it back down. I want you to lift the other. Small, you're not lifting, push the leg long, as if you're trying to touch the wall, and then drop it back down. Again, other side, lift the leg, and then drop it back down. Lift and push the leg long, almost as if someone's pulling your leg long, taking it down from the hip, keep the core engaged, back down, lift, back down, lift, back down. Now can we do 2 legs now? Lift, keep the core, watch the spine is not curving and taking the weight, back down. This is a small movement. Lift and hold, back down, inhaling, exhaling to rise, keeping the head on the mat, keeping the core engaged, back down, 1 more, lift, control, where's that core, and back down. Take a moment. If you need to stretch out, hands to the side, take yourself back into a child pose, stretching that back, and then come back forward into your prone position, okay? Now I want you to think about the upper now, okay? So let's take the legs away for a moment. Find that triangle positioning. Put your forehead in it. Engage that core. Then I want you to think about, we're going to try and lift the upper of the body up now. We're thinking chest coming high and then back down, okay? So this is a small movement. So don't put the curve in your back down. Inhale, get that core engaged, lift. It's almost you're using the upper back muscles to complete the lift. Hands are light on the floor. Don't be pushing into the mat. Two more here. This is not a lower back movement, so please watch where you're taking this energy from to make this movement happen. Well done. And now let's see if we can add the legs and the upper together. Inhale, exhale. If your tummy is squeezed into that mat, activate the core. Remember your little blueberry or ice cube should be under there. Pushing the legs along. And relax here. Now let's take the hands away from the forehead and put them to the side of you now. So they're just as resting at the side, almost I could touch my ears. My hands are still within that width of the mat. Please use a mat, it's a great guide for alignments, okay? So I'm not too wide, I'm just in the parameters of the mat, okay? This time we're going to see if we can lift, and as we lift we're going to try and draw the shoulder blades back to bring in more muscles, okay? So get your alignment. Let's do upper back to start, leave the legs on the floor. Inhale, exhale, as your core engaged, I want you to lift up, push the arms back, squeeze and back down. Lift up, push the arms back and back down. Lift up. One more. Now if you're ready you can add in legs. If not, you take the arms away and do legs only. So lifting up, squeezing. If your lower back is taking and you're getting sore, please switch on that core engagement. Take the movement down. You need to lock in. One more. Well done. Recover here. Push your palms to mat. Stretch back and give yourself a nice recovery here. And when you're ready, let's come on to the other side and let's do this leg work. We're not doing a lot of movements today. The whole purpose is to focus on that forearm and where you're feeling that movement. If you're feeling the swimmer on the lower back, you need to think of more core engagement. Right, find your alignment, use the back of your mat as your ruler. Stack your knees, pull in your corset, zip up the zipper, exhale, rid of all the air, blow the balloons out, blow all the candles, however you're doing it to yourself. Hand over, lift the ribs, yeah? Keep yourself here. Extend one leg, and you're going to climb. Now, don't swing, keep the hips stacked. This movement is coming from the hip and the glute, nowhere else. Watch these ribs aren't sticking out. If you're not sure, feel. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do more. 5, 4, 3, 2. When you're ready, lift that bottom leg and let's climb out again. Keep the ribs up if you're not sure. Hand overhead. Feel that stretch. Up and down. Squeeze. Use your glute to drive the movement. Squeeze. Ribs are tucked in. Don't be flaring them out. Ooh. Shaky, shaky. If this is coming too much, take the lower leg back to the mat. Do this movement in your range. One more. Hold here, extend the leg out. Keep the leg, it's not the height. Keep it hip height and pulse. Pulse. If you want the bottom leg to touch the floor, it can, or you can keep it high. You decide. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Keep that toe pointed to the wall. Pulse. Ribs are high, tucked in. Hold here. We're going to bring the foot forward. We're going to sweep with the toe, draw the heel back. Now please remember, you're not coming all the way back. Take it to where your hip line is and then use your breath. Exhale, inhale. Don't collapse. Keep the leg low. His bottom leg, if it wants, can touch the floor, or again, you can keep it stacked high as well to keep that extra engagement. It's up to you. Hands can come forward, fingertip grip. Well done. And hold it here and give yourself a little well done. Whew. Hand in front to come up, bend that leg that's down at the bottom, touching the mat, the other one, and then push yourself up to where your legs are bent, and then bring yourself round into a little basket. Well done. So let's finish off with some stretching for today. As I said, we're not doing a lot of movements, we're just going to be practicing on a couple at a time. So let's now bring your knees in front. And I want you to think about that nice long engagement, okay? I want you to inhale, exhale and extend those arms. Shoulders relaxed. Take the curve out the spine. So as we inhale, we're going to exhale and rotate. Now, we're not doing this. The hips are staying forward. This is not an easy movement. If you wish to bring your hands to chest and palms to make this movement slightly easier, to take away the lever length, let's start with that, okay? So, feet wherever's comfortable. Bring the thumb to chest, elbows out, inhale, exhale as we rotate. Now keeping the hips front, the rotation is coming from the thoracic spine towards that mid rotation on the back. Inhale, exhale as you rotate to the other side. You're not throwing yourself around, right? You want to extend the lever length. Inhale, exhale as you rotate. Can you take your eye gaze to that backhand thumb and then bring it back? One more each side. When you've done one more each side, I will leave you here and we'll go on to another stretch. So when we're ready, we're going to hands out and we're going to just feel as if someone's pulling us over this bouncy ball or beach ball, okay? So let's have that visualization and then let's think about someone pulling us over and stretching. Now you don't want to have this hinge position, so curl the spine up and over. Feel the stretch on that upper back to shoulder blades. And then walk yourself back up. Let's do it again. Inhale, rise, exhale, over the ball you go. Keeping the stretch in the upper of the back. Don't push the hips out, it's not a hinge position. Curl up, keep tucked in, hold it here. And then release back. Bring one leg in and then the other into a basket if you can. And just take a moment here. We're going to inhale, let one hand fall to the side, exhale and come over. Now the arm is not coming over the face. I want you to think about as you lift the arm up, you're trying to push this side up to the ceiling. Up, high as you can go. And then over to the other side. Take your time. Arm up, push up, tall, stretch up. One more each side. Up you go. Push up as if you're trying to reach up. Roll those shoulders back and forward. Bring your hands together. Give yourself a little nod up and down. Setting your intentions for today. And then release. I just want to go back to a bit of breath work. So bringing that alignment in. So let's start, finish off where we started. Hands on the ribs. Close your eyes if you wish. Inhale, exhale. With every breath in, Set your intentions for today with every breath out. Release that negativity. Every breath in, select your belief system. Every breath out, release that negativity. In. One more. Open your eyes if you had them closed. Lift the hands, inhale. Exhale, draw down, thumb to heart. Visualise your day. All your accomplishments. And let's leave it here and have a wonderful weekend. And I'll see you all very, very soon. And please remember, feedback is welcomed. This is just about nice and slow, easing ourselves in to each individual Pilates movement and adding those progressions or regressions. So see you all soon.